Hi friends, in this video we're going to talk about some of the key points of this new and exciting TOEFL Essentials test and then do a quick comparison between that test and the original TOEFL IPT. I think this new TOEFL Essentials test is really exciting and is going to be game-changing in the TOEFL testing space. So if you're thinking about studying for the TOEFL IPT, before you register, watch this video and learn about this new TOEFL Essentials test. Okay, just before we start though, I would like to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Luke from TETready.com, TET TOEFL Essentials Test Ready.com, and we plan to be the leading teachers in this new TOEFL Essentials test space. So if you're thinking about taking the TOEFL Essentials test once it opens in August, subscribe to this channel to get lots of information about it once ETS releases that information. And also I'm going to make lots of practice videos to help you to study for this test. So hit that subscribe button, and if you want to join me on Facebook as well, there's a link to my new TOEFL Essentials Facebook group in the description of this video. Okay then, well let's take a look at the key points of this test. Okay then, well let's take a look at some of these key points of the TOEFL Essentials test. Right now there isn't much information about it, but here are some of the points which are available to us. So firstly, you can start taking this test in August, and registration for the test opens in May. So it is May right now, and the registration hasn't opened yet, but I think it probably will towards the end of the month. I'll be sure to let you know as soon as registration opens, and of course, importantly, you can take the test from August. ETS hasn't released the exact dates yet, but at some point in August, you can take this test. Okay, point number 2. This is only a home-based test. So this point is really interesting. This new TOEFL Essentials test is a home-based test only. The IPT TOEFL can be taken at a test center or your home, I think, but mainly at a test center, whereas this test is only a home-based test. When we say home-based, it doesn't necessarily mean your home. It could be a quiet office or a quiet room somewhere, but mainly it's not taken at a center. And I think this is great news for you because going to a test center to take a test is really stressful and quite tiring and actually can be quite expensive for a lot of students. So having the opportunity to do it from home, I think is really student-centered and overall a good thing for most students. Okay, moving on to point number 3. This test tests the 4 language skills, similar to the IBT or the other traditional exams. Okay, I'm sure you already know this, but the 4 language skills are speaking, listening, reading, and writing, and this exam tests those 4 skills. So at the end of the test, you'll probably get an overall score and then a score for each of those 4 skills. But what's different between this test and the IPT is that this Essentials test will have more shorter tasks. So the original IPT test has quite long reading passages, long listening, and long writing and speaking questions. This Essentials test will test all of those skills, but with shorter, more frequent tasks. We don't know exactly what these tasks are yet, but I can imagine things like dictation, reading out loud, describing graphs or charts, something along those lines. Okay, another key point is that this tests your academic and general English skills. This is different than the TOEFL IBT, which only tests academic. Next up, this TOEFL Essentials test is an adaptive test. So what does adaptive testing mean? Well, basically it means that when you're taking the test, the questions you're given are going to adapt to your level. So for example, let's say you answer question 1, question 2, and question 3 perfectly, then question 4, 5, and 6 might be a lot harder because the test has seen that you are able to answer 1, 2, and 3 really well, so it adapts to your level and gives you harder questions for 4, 5, and 6. Of course, the opposite is true. If you do poorly on questions 1, 2, and 3, then questions 4, 5, and 6 will be easier, a lower level question. Basically, adaptive testing is a way of personalizing the test experience for the test taker. And it's for sure the way all tests will be in the future, so it's really great to see that ETS has done this for this new TOEFL exam. Okay, now let's take a look at the length of the test and also the price. Okay, so this test will take between 60 and 90 minutes to complete, and it's significantly cheaper than the IPT test. It will cost somewhere between $100 and $120. According to ETS. And according to ETS, thousands of universities are going to accept this test once it launches in August. So this shows that this new TOEFL Essentials test is a lot more student-friendly in my opinion. It's a lot shorter to complete and it costs significantly less. However, that might change. This test is brand new, so we're not sure exactly how concrete all this information is. But it's all available on the ETS website. You can go there and you can attend a webinar and you can find this information on that webinar. Okay, so those were the key points. Now let's take a look at a comparison table between the TOEFL Essentials and the TOEFL IBT. Okay, once you head over to the TOEFL Essentials website, there is a link to this below in the description. You can click on Compare Tests, and you can find this nice chart which compares the Essentials test with the IBT test. This is basically everything I just talked about, but there is a bit more information in this table. So I think this TOEFL Essentials test is a great option for you if you are looking to study abroad after August of this year, or you need to certify your English in an official manner. Now, of course, the question is which test to take, the Essentials or the IBT? And obviously that's a personal choice, but I think that if your university accepts the Essentials test, then you should take that. Simply because it's a lot cheaper, it's a lot more convenient, and I think it's going to be a bit easier than the IBT test. Let's be real, the IBT test is actually very, very hard. And since this new Essentials test tests general and academic English with shorter tasks, I guess it's going to be a little bit easier to prepare for. But that's just my opinion. Right now, we don't have that much information about this Essentials test. However, if you're looking to study for this test and want to get information and practice videos, then subscribe to this channel and join my Facebook group. The link is below in the description. Okay, that's it from me today. I will be making more videos as soon as ETS releases more information about the TOEFL Essentials test. Okay then, well, I'll see you soon. Bye.